Hey, I'm Dr. Patten, and I'll be your instructor for 367, which is language science. Um, so this is podcast based, but no, this is a podcast based class. You wouldn't know it from that sense, but I'm the one that does the podcast. The reason for this is a lot of online students, like you, are parents. Maybe you work while you're in school. It's like 2/3 of my students are like have non-traditional schedules, possibly more. I think videos are a little bit restrictive, and so podcasts can help you. Something you can listen to while you're driving or doing housework. Um, I've got this up on a player called Castbox, which I'll have a link to in Canvas. It's all the episodes are also posted directly to Canvas. You can listen right in Canvas if you don't want to download anything. It's fine. Um, what you should do is, whether you're listening on Canvas or in Castbox, you should look at the show notes before listening. Those usually have like an image or something that I'm going to reference while I'm talking. And so you should take a look at that. And you might want to take a look at it afterwards too, like once you have the context of what it is that you're looking at after I've talked about it. And then there's also still PowerPoint slides. So podcasts don't work for everybody, and those PowerPoint slides are go right along with the podcast. So if you just put that on, if you play it in Canvas, then you like have the slides up. It's pretty much just like a video, um, and you could also study from them, whether you like no matter what method you use to interact with the class. If you do download Castbox, it has gotten a little bit more annoying since I started using it for this class. So over the last year and a half, it's gotten a little annoying. So the first thing that will happen when you download it is you'll get this screen. Okay, cool. You click continue. It's going to try to get you to like subscribe to a bunch of these other podcasts. Up to you. Totally up to you, man. Whatever. It's your thing. They're going to want to do this enable offline listening thing, so it's going to like download episodes of podcasts that you are subscribed to. Again, up to you. If you don't want to do that, just click the not now thing up here. Next, they're going to want you to log in, and again, that's up to you. If you want to make an account or log in with Facebook or something like that, you can. And then here's the one that's really annoying. It looks like you can't do anything but a 3-day free trial. Right? Like the thing that they've been getting you to click on down here, like the black bar, continue, sign in with Facebook, which you can also click not now on, but they don't really want you to know that. And then you've got 3 days free trial. You do not have to pay for this. It's free. And you don't need to do the free trial just to get the free. This is not. Click the X up here. And it's a free player. Castbox is a totally free player. It's actually really good. I like it a lot. I don't like this deceptive ad that they've put on here. That's not very cool. If you notice, there's no X's on all these because there's nothing to X. You can either click not now or continue. Here, this is just totally an ad that you have to click the X on. So be aware of this. And also, I apologize for that because when I started using this one, it was just really clean. You downloaded it, you listen to things. So it's kind of annoying. Anyway, let's talk about me. I was born in Mesa. If you have any of my other online classes, you know that I say that probably online students have no idea what a Mesa is, aside from a table. And that's probably true. It's not very It's not a very big city. Well, it is actually kind of big, but it's not a popular city, I guess I'll say. Um, if you do live in Arizona, you do know where Mesa is, probably, or you at least have a good idea. It's a city in Mesa. That's basically all it is. I mean, it's a city in Arizona. Mesa is a city in Arizona. I graduated from Hamilton, which is in another city in Arizona. It's in Chandler. And then I went to ASU for all three of my degrees. My last one, my PhD, was in cognitive science. And while I was there, I specialized in sensation and perception, specifically auditory and visual perception. And that's how I ended up at speech and hearing because of the auditory and visual perception stuff. I'm also a runner, which is this picture here. And then before that, I worked at the campus radio station where I was the production director. So that was all, dealing with sound, recording devices, making things sound right. I just realized that this person in the back, saw this picture being taken, and they're like, I do not want to be in a picture with these idiots. These are vampire teeth that we're all wearing. You can also really tell this is a sports guy, this is the news guy, and then we both did music. And then also used to be an actor and also did audio for movies. So it's been audio the entire time. Okay, so this is all research that I've been working on, and the piece of research that's on here that is most in line with what our class is about is swear words. So what this research is looking at is that we actually use different phonemes at different rates for swear words than we do for regular other words. Sorry. I'm just getting over valley fever. And, okay, I think we're good. I think we're good now. All right, sorry about that. You can see that we use E a lot more often in regular words. The light bars are regular words. The dark bars are swear words. A is used a lot more in swear words. And then interestingly, looks like it's used more in non-swear words, but this is actually an interesting phonetics thing that's going on here, is that you've got a stressed and an unstressed The unstressed is schwa, and it's like when you say information, the shun in that shun is schwa. You've also got a stressed like in but. And if you break that down, what you see is that the regular words use one of the most, it is the most common sound in the English language is the unstressed the schwa. So that entire bar pretty much goes for schwa, which then leaves the stressed as much more common in swear words than in regular words. We think that what this means is there is some sort of inherent feel to and tends to be rated as the lowest energy level phoneme, and when you have people voice all of these, tends to be actually the most dissonant phoneme. And then E and U are high energy for E, and then also very consonant for U. Also, they happen to be the sounds that we use for parentese. Like instead of shoes for a kid, you'll say like booties and other silly stuff like that. Also dogs, and you're still using a lot of E's and U's. And so this is kind of like the dimension where the difference lies for parentese and swear words, is this E, U difference. Okay, the other studies I talk about in different classes, so if you want to hear about them, you just have to take more classes with me. So, what is our schedule going to look like here? We've got 4 exams. The lowest one is dropped. That means that if you do really bad on the first one, that's okay. It gets dropped. If you do really good on the other 3, on the like if you're so it's a different person, you do really good on exams 1, 2, and 3. It's kind of like you get to skip the final because that goes in as a 0, and then that gets dropped, and you just get the grades from the other 3. So that's great for you. There are 8 quizzes. You get 2 attempts for each one, and what I want you to do with those is the first time through, treat it like an exam. Just see what you know. Second time through, use your notes on that quiz and make sure that you get all your points. There's also some homeworks like sentence diagramming, actual hands-on research that I'm going to have you do, and some cool competitions that you can do with your family. Because Thanksgiving's coming up, so that'll be nice. The exams in this class, I've had to get a little bit more strict with the way the exams go. We had a pretty large problem with cheating in different instructors' class this summer, so it wasn't their fault. It was totally not the instructor's fault at all. But to address that, we've had to get a little bit more strict with the procedures. So, closed note, that's the way it's always been. Closed note exams, 90 minutes. That's like double the time you're actually going to need. Respondus lockdown browser and monitor. I've always required this in mine, so that's not that different. It's actually not different at all. So you have to download the Respondus browser, and then you have to go to the exam through Respondus browser. You also have to have a webcam. Any webcam will do. It doesn't have to be a good one. And a quiet place to take the exam, but that's good for you anyway. You should have that no matter what. The thing that's new really is you can't go back now. So don't leave any questions thinking that you can go back to them. You have to answer each question and move forward. So don't leave anything blank. I'll remind you that before the first exam. Okay, extra credit. There will be some. I'll have you participate in some research studies, and you'll get extra credit for it, 3 points per study. And if there are not 3 research studies, I'll give you some other kind of non-research based extra credit. If you think that you have anything that is causing you to not perform well in class, you should visit SAILS. I don't remember what SAILS stands for. It used to be called the DRC. The DRC stood for the Disability Resource Center. So SAILS is something like that. I had a student who ended up having dyslexia for his entire life and not knowing it. It was really impacting his grades. He would only get through about half of his exam, but he would do really well in the part that he actually got through. So I encouraged him to go to the DRC. He did, and he now gets accommodations for dyslexia. He uses this cool font called Open Dyslexia. It's great. If you think there's any reason why you could use accommodations, you should do it. If you don't qualify for it, no one will ever know. So it's nothing to be ashamed of. It's not like I know it, it's fine. If you do qualify, then you get accommodations, and that could definitely help you succeed. So it's good. Either way, it's all great. So this, I definitely welcome diversity in this class. I come from a diverse background. I'm also on the CHS Jedi Council. Jedi stands for Justice, Equity, Diversity, and Inclusion. I'm a member of HPEN. HPEN stands for the Health Policy Equity Network. I believe in equitable treatment for everyone. There's not a ton of diverse topics in this class, although I do have like a bonus podcast that does deal with diversity topics. So there's nothing that I'm actually like testing on. I haven't really worked it into the class enough, but there's some bonus content. If you're interested in it, there will be something for you. And then also, if you have problems or questions in this arena, you can of course email me. And that's it. Yeah, that's it. I will see you in the first discussion. Favorite book. We'll talk about our favorite books, and then I'll talk to you throughout the rest of the class. All right. See you later.